What's up guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here then welcome to our little corner of the internet. Today we're going to be watching a video titled Why So Many American Streets Are Like This. Are like what? Like what? These are good titles, by the way, now that I think of it, because this definitely made me click. And also, why is this like in a diagonal? Oh, that annoys me. Okay, without further ado, let's see what this video is about.
Regularity. As a British person who lives...
Oh.
Here's something that I ask with increasing regularity. As a British person who lives in America and has done for 18 years, why is it that so many American streets are named after trees? Like, don't get me wrong, we have our fair share of oak streets in England as well, but I would say per square mile...
I literally was about to say that oak tree is the first one that comes to mind. I mean, Oak Street. But what? I've never thought about that. Pine Street? Palm Street? Palm Street must definitely be a thing. Mahogany Street? I don't... Orange Tree Street? What do you mean?
In this country, you would find more instances of such a thing.
You just have to look at the numbers. I mean, while it's true that numbered streets like 5th Avenue or 8th Street dominate the upper echelons of America's most popular street names, a list without these sees 5 trees spread their leaves across the top 10. The first of those, with more than 4,700 instances across the US, is Oak Street. Shut up, seagulls. Then with
Palm Street. It has to be Palm Street. The second. Oak Street, Palm Street, Pine Street is probably not that popular. What other trees are there? That's as far as my knowledge goes.
4,400 instances, there's Elm Street, which we'll get to in a bit. Just behind it, with 4,300 instances, is Pine Street.
Okay.
This is followed by Maple Street and Walnut Street on 41.
But walnuts is a walnut. It's not. Is that a tree? Is it called a walnut tree?
100 and 3,600 instances, respectively. So let's compare this to my homeland, where
Where's Palm Street?
we've no need to exclude numbered streets because they don't exist here. Instead, the top 10 looks like this. Manor Road, Green Lane, Victoria Road, London Road,
Church Street, I think.
Church Road, Park Road, Main Street,
Station Road, High Street.
Surprisingly, further analysis reveals that
Very boring street names though. High Street, Low Street, Main Street.
no trees exist in Britain's top 50. Clearly, trees have a deeper symbolic meaning in America. But why?
The obvious first answer is that trees just give a sense of nice and picturesque, peaceful. I think one thing
Maple Street sounds like a nice street to live on. I'm not gonna lie.
that really stands out to me in this country versus, say, my country is how everything has to look pristine. People's lawns, the sidewalks, usually, depending on which part of town. And so it would seem to culturally make sense to extend this to how we name things. You know, I think that Maplewood Drive sounds far more inviting to most people than Spider's Way, which is a place I've just made up, but could exist in England. All right, fine. But I think there are 1 or 2 other reasons that American street planners seek out these big wooden things that protrude from the ground when naming said streets. Firstly, I think you have to consider the United States. When my lot came over in the 1600s, they were faced with far more trees in the eastern US than you see today because of deforestation. You couldn't see the woods for the trees. I mean, you can, it's very easy. They're right there. I don't know why that saying is a saying. And so trees,
Where'd all the trees go?
I'm sure, became a massive part of the burgeoning European culture on this side of the pond, not to mention the Native American culture that already existed here. So of course you're going to name things after trees. I mean, heck, trees have been a part of American folklore since George Washington chopped down his dad's cherry tree and then confessed to it. And even today, despite the decline of America's forests, there are still a lot of them. I mean, like when I'm in West Virginia, there are so many trees that bears get to have the time of their life. I've driven through New Hampshire and it's just trees. Do you mean that's offensive to the people
That's
of New
beautiful.
Hampshire? Okay, so there's more than just trees, but all I saw was trees.
In fact,
You know what? Even if it's just trees, I'd be happy with that. I like trees a lot. trees are beautiful.
Even if you include numbered streets, the absolute most common street name in the whole of New Hampshire is Maple Street. A nod, perhaps, to the abundance of maple trees in the northeast area, but also to the production of maple syrup. And New Hampshire isn't alone. In total, 13 states have trees as their most common street name. In Michigan, Pennsylvania, Kentucky, and what do you know, West Virginia, maple tree also wins out. In the southern US, several states lead with dogwood, while in Louisiana,
Dogwood is a tree? Huh?
maple tree also wins out. In the southern US,
It's a pretty tree as well. Okay.
several states lead with dogwood, while in Louisiana and Mississippi,
even
they're all
heard of
about
that.
a tree that's near and dear to my heart, magnolia.
Over in Colorado,
Aspen, not surprisingly, rules the roost. Cedar in New Mexico, while Hawaiians are fairly likely to live on Lehua Street, with Lehua being the state tree
Come on, where's the palm trees?
of Hawaii.
So America has a unique and excessive relationship with trees. Only seems right that they should name your street after one. Especially when, as often happens, the tree in the street name often populates the street itself. So when you're on an Elm Street, you might see some actual elms and a scary man with claws for hands in your dreams. Side note,
sense.
did not realize this until I moved to America. There are actually lots of Elm Streets.
For example, the state that I live in, Illinois, reportedly has 268 different Elm Streets just by itself. The fact that this number is way above the national average won't come as a surprise to local tree enthusiasts, and that's because the slippery elm is Illinois' most abundant tree.
And this has made me rethink the title of A Nightmare on Elm Street, because I think when I watched that film at the age of 4, I didn't really think much into the name. It just sounded kind of generic. But now that I've lived in the US, I realize that what it is representative of is tranquility, a place where nightmares shouldn't occur.
And there's perhaps another reason for the popularity of American tree streets.
They're also non-controversial, unless you happen to disagree with their stance on shedding. Sure, you might have the odd highway that's named after a potentially divisive president, but in the actual places where people intend to live, you've got to steer clear of things that will make people mad. So all of this really is America in a nutshell, presenting to the world a version of itself that might be slightly superficial in nature, but that is, generally speaking, very friendly, with an undercurrent of who stands to benefit from this, real estate agents. And aside
I'm stuck on Maple Street. I would live on a Maple Street. That sounds nice. What's your favorite? Or Elm Street? Nah, I don't know. I don't know about that. Or do you live on a street that's named after a tree? Elm Street. Maple Street sounds good though.
sprinkling of America embracing its natural surroundings. Something that shows up again and again in the culture, whether it's a bald eagle on everything.
Or the Niagara Falls in Superman 2, where Christopher Reeve rescues a stupid kid.
So if you're from this country and you happen to live on a street that was named after a tree, let me know in the comments below. Just don't reveal your full address again. Also, if you've not yet subscribed to this channel, do that now. And until next time, keep binging.
Well, that was a short little video, but quite interesting. I'm trying to think if I don't think in Finland we have a lot of streets that are named after trees. If not, or maybe yeah, could be. But usually in Finland, the streets are kind of, I don't know, honestly. In Finland, it's very random. But guys, thank you so much for joining me for this video. I really hope you enjoyed watching it with me. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you guys in the next video.